welcome to our mat yoga class with the Prescott Library. Grab your mat, grab a chair, we'll do a little bit of balance. Start standing and have your feet just hip width apart. Just take a nice gentle breath in and opening up your shoulders. And nice big breath all the way up and just dropping down. And opening forward, engaging your core as you do your stretches. And gently bending your knees, don't keep them real locked. And forward. And gently dropping down and opening up. Over towards your right, making sure your chest is open. And switch. Right arm up, stretching over as you feel a nice stretch in your sides, into the obliques, maybe a little bit into the chest. You don't want to lean forward, have a nice open stretch. And coming up and just gently dropping your hands at your knees, pressing your tailbone back. And just dropping in and all the way up again. And opening up, get our hips started to warm. And coming up. And over towards your right. And switch. And reaching up. And just coming down, gentle chair pose, pressing your tailbone back, and coming up, and into chair, and coming up, and reaching towards your right, stretching your hips open. Switch sides. And just gently opening back up. Just bring your feet into the width of your mat. Just doing a little bit of a wider chair. We'll make this a little bit more active, but coming up, keeping your knees soft, your hips soft. Dropping down and up. And down, just coming in. We're opening up our hips, making our hips warmer. If you notice that your glutes might be a little bit warmer, perfect. We're also getting our blood pumping. And hold, reaching up into a wider chair. And then just gently stretching down, opening up your glutes. We're doing a little bit of a stretch with our left leg. Bend your knees and switch sides. Straighten your right leg. And dropping in. And all the way up. Just walk your feet a little bit in and taking a twist towards the right and back towards center and twisting towards your left. And back towards center and twist. And back towards center and twist. Back towards center, right leg up. And switch sides. And back towards center and twist. this is where your chair comes in handy. And twist. And dropping down in, reaching your hands all the way up and come back into our chair pose. And bring your hands down, pressing your tailbone, dropping your head in. And coming up. And dropping down in, come into a little bit of a cat stretch. And dropping down. And coming up. Just relaxing your body. If you've got it, go all the way down. From here, we'll widen our feet and come into a nice wide stretch. So, going to a deep prayer squat. If deep prayer squat's not where it's at for you, you can see I'm still warming up. You can always have your chair and come into more of a gentle stretch down. A lot of glutes here, a lot of inner thigh, even if you're kind of staying in a half of a drop down, I would say, about halfway. So you can even do this just a few times, getting some muscle memory. If you need to go a little bit wider, probably depends on your floor. If you've got two mats side by side, or however you're arranging them, you can change things too. So I'm going to go all the way down. So if you notice that there's tightness in your hips, like it's too tight to do it, stay with that kind of a deep squat, not a deep one like I'm doing. And then dropping your hands down and pressing up. Opening up your hamstring. And dropping down. Nice big breath. And pressing up again. And dropping in. So if you're feeling some good stretches, great. If you're thinking, nope, still don't like that deep stuff, remember, go about halfway. And just dropping your left leg in so you're getting a nice inner thigh stretch. And switch sides. See if you can go into your hips just a little bit. And dropping in. Dropping in again. I might feel a little bit warmer after we did a few just nice stretches. And coming up. Bring your hands to your knees and doing a gentle stretch up. Just gently walking your body up. And coming all the way up. Nice big breath. Just opening up your low back a little bit. We're going to do so much core. I just want to make sure that we're feeling pretty loose all the way through. And back. And twist. And back. And twist. Back, and twisting it again, once more, holding, and all the way back forward. Coming into a nice stretch of a warrior one. We're dropping in, so you can either stay here and just come into a nice forward lunge, or opening up our hip flexors. If this is too easy, Great. Go deeper, right? Dropping in a little bit, but making sure you don't have your hips or anything kind of all over the place. Dropping your hips straight down and coming up. And dropping in. And pressing up. And dropping in. From here, drop your knee down, just left knee's down. We're opening up our inner thighs with this, so bring your foot a little bit to the edge of the mat. And as we drop our hips forward, right leg is going to come open just a little bit. And play with how your hand needs to be on your left hand. If you need to be up on a block, go for it. So I'm opening up the inner thigh. I'm on the outside of my foot. Up. I'm going to come back into a lunge. So even if you were up in this kind of a lunge, this is perfect. You don't have to go any deeper. Stepping forward. Nice forward fold. And coming all the way up. Stepping back. Remember, first starting out here, see where your body is at. Sometimes you'll just have one hip that's not feeling it, and that's super, super normal. Coming down, opening up. You can bring your left back foot further away from you. Dropping in. Nice forward stretch. Coming back a little bit. So I lifted up a little bit, just kind of opening up the legs and coming forward. Nice big breath, coming all the way up and dropping in. Nice big breath, reaching all the way up. And a little back bend, opening up our core. And dropping down. Nice big breath. Bringing some more balance in. So if your chair is ready, you can have it working again. Coming back into kind of our carousel pose. Because warrior one officially has your toes out to the side. So we're just going to have our toes facing forward. And up and down a few times. And holding out. And reaching forward. And coming up. So coming into our tree pose. So tree pose can give you a few options, right? But we're doing this so active, you don't need to really lock too hard in. And opening up. And coming up. And once more. Resting your leg down. Doing the same thing. Reaching up and dropping in. Keeping that back leg at a little bit of an angle when you drop in. Doing that helps take a lot of the pressure off of your front knee versus kind of dropping in, depending where you're at for the day, right? And stretching into warrior three. Up and stretching open and back to tree and reaching forward and coming up notice while you're in tree that you have a little wobbly spot. Might just be where some tired ankles are. Bring your chair in. We'll do a little bit of balance work. So first we'll do a little bit of strength. So if we just come up, notice what your feet are up to. If you feel like they're kind of coming up and wobbling open, notice kind of where that spot is. Because I think of myself, if I go too far up, my feet kind of stretch into a direction I'm not looking for. So just gently bring your heels up. And I'm not quite on the balls of my feet. I'm going to drop in a little bit. You might notice a little bit of a difference in your feet. That's cool. And dropping down. And coming up. Dropping down, kind of give your feet a little bit of a shake. Do you feel that they're warming up a little bit? Once more, coming up. So I'm going to bring in your inner ballet. Your arm all the way up and just slowly coming down. We don't have our toes out. You can if you want to, but the goal on this was to be more mindful of how we use our feet most of the time in a forward position. And rolling back on your heels, toes towards the sky, engaging your tummy, and dropping down and coming up. And dropping down, feet up, and if you're noticing that your calves are maybe a little bit on fire, that means we're working them. Who knew, right? And coming up, and this time don't come up as far, go just about halfway up. So it could experiment, go all the way up and then drop down. And then notice your feet. You feel like things are pretty even, good, good, good. And just gently resting down. Give your feet a little shake. Nice big breath, reaching all the way up. And dropping your hands down and coming onto your hands and knees. Nice big breath and come into a nice cat stretch. And dropping down and coming up. And dropping down. Bring your core up, open your knees to the width of your mat, dropping all the way down. Just take a few nice deep breaths in, opening up your body, giving it just a minute of glorious rest. Big breath, pressing up. We'll come into a seated position, letting our hips open up. Nice big breath coming up and twisting over towards your right. And coming up and over towards your left. Gently coming all the way up and dropping forward. Stretching your body a little bit closer towards me. And gently coming up. Bringing your left leg in, taking a gentle stretch over towards your feet on your right side. Do a lot of hip work, so it feels nice to open them up. reaching up and twist. And coming up. Hand over towards your right. Coming up once more towards your left. And coming up. Open your feet to a nice V stretch. Doesn't have to be too wide. And dropping in. And walking yourself back up. All the way up. Bring your right leg in. Stretching over. And a nice big breath coming up and twist. And coming up. And just gently twisting. Up and stretching forward and coming up. We're going to come onto our backs. So gonna find what's comfortable for you. I'm actually going to have my head facing a little bit more towards the camera. So gently rolling around. Coming down towards your back, rolling down really slow, and just giving yourself a minute to let your body feel the ground. Relaxing in. Bookending the bottoms of your feet together. Letting your knees open up. Let your pelvis open up a little bit too. Take a few gentle breaths. Nice big breath. And just gently bring your knees up. And then bring your knees one at a time to your chest. Circle around a little bit. And then bring your feet up towards the sky. Now this one we're modifying. We'll do 4 different things, and we'll do them 10 times each. So bring your feet up. You can either have them feet pointed or have them flat, but just dropping them in a little bit and coming up. So I'm not going too far down. I want to make sure I have the right amount of control. You could probably feel this just below your belly button. And then bring your right leg over your left. We'll do our eagle's pose. And then switching sides. And coming out. And if 10 is too much, do 5. And then what we will do here is just bring your feet up towards the sky. can feel your tummy working, that's perfect. Bring your feet flat on the floor, and then just a gentle movement on each side is 1, 2, 3, and 10. Give yourself a moment to rest. Probably feel your abdomen is working in lots of places. That's the goal, right? And bring your feet back up and dropping down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Dropping into your eagles. And switch sides. And now lifting up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just slowly dropping down and side to side. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's give yourself a little bit of a break. So we've done 2 sets of each 4. We'll do one more set. So if your core is on fire, means you're working hard. And mine definitely is getting a workout too, so I don't feel like I'm slacking, right? Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Right leg over. And switch sides. And coming up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Slowly coming down and side to side. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Goodness, right? And just slowly dropping in. So if you did all of them, 120 different core exercises. Just gently pressing your body, letting it relax open. slowly bring your knees together and dropping your knees over towards your left side, gazing over towards the right. Nice deep breaths in and out. And just slowly rotating your knees up. Switch sides. And just gently coming up. Rolling yourself onto your stomach. We'll stretch out our core just a little bit. And just gently side to side, opening your hips up. And a nice big breath coming up. And dropping in. And coming up. And resting down. Little side to side movement. And pressing up again. And dropping in. Nice big breath and just gently letting your head relax over towards one side. And switch sides. And coming with your head back towards center, doing a gentle press up. Opening up your core. And resting down. And just gently roll up. Thank you for joining us today. Namaste.